Sometimes the loudest place in the world is inside your chest. You smile, you work, you scroll. But something in you keeps asking, is this all there is? You're not broken. You're not lost. You're just searching. Not for noise, not for answers shouted in capital letters, but for a stillness, a presence, a place where your soul can exhale. Maybe that's why you're here. Maybe Islam isn't a coincidence. Maybe this video found you because your heart whispered first. So let's begin, not with rules, not with fear, but with silence. And a small, brave question that lives beneath your ribs. Could this be it? There's a kind of pain that wears a smile. It shows up to work. It answers, I'm fine. It laughs at jokes and folds the laundry and replies to messages on time. But inside, it aches. Not because of some great tragedy, but because everything feels just slightly off. Almost right, but not quite. Like you're living close to the truth, but never fully inside it. This is the ache no one sees. And yet, Islam sees it. Not just the outward, but the inward. Not just the prayer, but the pause before it. Not just the believer, but the one still wondering if belief is even possible. Islam begins in that space, in the silence you carry, in the question that keeps returning long after the noise dies down. And Islam doesn't answer with pressure. It answers with presence. Come to prayer, it says gently. Come to success, not as a command, but as a calling, as if it already knows you're tired, as if it's been waiting for you, patiently, quietly, just beyond the edge of your busyness. Islam doesn't call you with sirens. It doesn't shout down your doubts or drag you into answers you're not ready for. It whispers. It waits. Like soft light under a door. Like warmth you forgot you needed. For many, Islam starts not in a mosque, but in a moment. A verse that finds you. A conversation you didn't expect. A tear you weren't planning to shed. You may not know what you believe yet. You may feel unsure. You may carry past hurt or confusion. But Islam isn't demanding your perfection. It's offering you presence. The Quran begins with a prayer, not a rule. Guide us to the straight path. It assumes you're already searching. It speaks to the part of you that's tired of pretending you're not. And slowly, something begins to soften. Not because you've solved everything, but because something inside finally feels seen. Maybe you don't know what you're searching for. You just know that the noise isn't it. That scrolling and striving and chasing approval hasn't healed you. You've tried laughter. You've tried success. You've tried silence. Even distraction. But the ache is still there. This is not failure. This is the beginning of faith. Even Prophet Ibrahim, the father of monotheism, once looked at the stars and wondered. He questioned the sun, the moon. He searched the skies, asking his heart, could this be God? Islam honors the seeker. It does not rush you to the end. It walks with you in your questions and gently says, even here, God sees you. So if you're here, unsure, fumbling, longing, you're not behind. You're already on the path. Sometimes we expect faith to arrive like thunder. A loud awakening, a bold conversion, a dramatic moment. But for many, it's softer than that. It arrives in tiny moments. Moments that feel ordinary until they echo for days. The quiet relief after a prayer. The peace of watching the sunrise. The moment you whispered God and felt heard. These are not accidents. They're small invitations, soft knocks at your door, not demanding entry, just waiting to be noticed. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The most beloved deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if small." That means your slow walk counts. Your quiet wanderings count. Your late-night questions. They're seen. They matter. Faith doesn't always begin with fire. Sometimes it begins with breath, with a single tear. With you, right now, listening to this. What if all your wandering, all your stumbling, wasn't wasted? What if it was leading you, not away from faith, but toward it? What if the reason everything else felt almost right is because your heart was made for something deeper? You don't have to know everything to begin. You don't have to be perfect to be welcomed. You don't even have to be ready. You just have to be honest. And your heart already is. Islam isn't a badge for the flawless. It's a path for the longing. A return to what your soul has always known, but maybe forgot. The Quran says, "Indeed, in the remembrance of Allah, hearts find rest." Quran 13:28. Not pressure, not fear, rest. So, what if this ache isn't your flaw, but your invitation? What if you're not far from home? You're standing just outside the door, and maybe, just maybe, it's open. You made it this far. Not everyone would. That means something. It means your heart is alive. It's still reaching, still listening, still soft. That's all Islam asks for. So wherever you are on the path, beginning, returning, or just sitting in the middle of it all, know this: you're not alone. You're not too late. You're not disqualified. You are being held, even now, especially now. So tonight, let your breath slow. Let your shoulders drop, and let this whisper settle deep in your soul. You are not lost. You're just finding Islam. And Islam is finding you too.